What up, YouTube? Timu's here. Now, here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films and shows that are this week, whether they'll be in theaters, streaming, etc. So here's what's coming out this week. All right, coming to both theaters and HBO Max, we got the new James Wan directed horror film *Malignant*. Paralyzed by fear from shocking visions, a woman's torment wounds us as she discovers her waking dreams are terrifying realities. Now, this looks pretty creepy. I mean, it's pretty cool to see James Wan back to the horror genre. Uh, you got Annabelle Wallace, who of course was in the 2014 Annabelle film. This does look like a really creepy aspect film, so it's going to theaters and HBO Max. But I'm watching this thing in theaters because horror movies like this are meant for the big screen, But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to check this one out. All right, also out this week we got the film The Card Counter, which is directed by Paul Schrader and starring Oscar Isaac, Tiffany Haddish, Ty Sheridan, and William Dafoe. Here's what this is about. William Tell is a gambler and former serviceman who sets out to reform a young man seeking revenge on a mutual enemy from their past. Tell just wants to play the cards his Spartan existence on the casino trial is shattered when he is approached by Kirk, a vulnerable and angry young man seeking help to execute his plan for revenge on a military colonel. Tell sees a chance to redemption through his relationship with Kirk. Now, this is Paul Schrader. Of course, he is the same guy who gave us American Gigolo. He also gave us First Reform, which was pretty good. So I'm definitely interested in checking out another Paul Schrader movie. You got Oscar Isaac here, William Dafoe reteaming with Paul Schrader. That's pretty cool right there. So yeah, I mean it's also a gambling film, so there's that too. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out. Also out this week, got the new movie Queen Pens. About a frustrated suburban housewife and her friend hatch a legal coupon club scheme that scams millions from corporations and delivers deals to legions of fellow coupon clippers. Hot off their trial is an unlikely hero, a hapless loss prevention officer, and a determined U.S. postal inspector, both looking to end their criminal enterprise. Now this has a really intriguing cast. You got the likes of Chris Bell, Joe McHale. You got Vince Vaughn is in this. The girl who was just seen in Cruella, she's also in this. I'm definitely looking like this could be really intriguing. I always do love me a good true story film, so maybe this could be a good film. Who knows? All right. Also, at this week, we got a couple of documentaries coming out. We got the faith-based documentary called "Show Me the Father," featuring a variety of amazing true stories. The Kendrick brothers, of course, the directors behind "Courageous" and "War Room." The new feature, "Show Me the Father," takes audiences on an inspiring, emotional, cinematic journey as the first documentary film from the creators of the War Room. This movie has something for everyone and invites you to think differently about how you view earthly father story, and also how you personally relate to God. So, I mean, if you guys don't know, the creators of the Kendrick brothers, they are known for doing Christian movies, like they've done War Room, Courageous, which by the way turned 10 years old this year. Crazy to believe that, but anyway, this does look like an intriguing documentary. I mean, I do like a good Christian film, so maybe this will be interesting. All right. Also, another documentary at this week, we got the Dr. Fauci documentary, simply titled Fauci. The career and life of Dr. Anthony Fauci, the public servant who has advised seven U.S. presidents, beginning with the AIDS epidemic in the AIDS to obviously COVID-19. So yeah, this actually looks really interesting. I mean, this is actually coming to both theaters this week, and will actually be premiering on Disney Plus sometime in October. This guy's pretty much trying to save people's lives and people aren't listening to him. But what more can you ask for that one? This does look like be really cool, so I'll definitely give this one a go. All right. Also, at this week we got another documentary called The Alpinist, the life of Canadian mountain climber Marc Andre Leclerc, who lives an exclusive and nomadic lifestyle while attempting extremely difficult climbs. Among these is an expedition to Pandora that pushes the boundaries of climbing possibilities. And Yeah, I could never do that. Like climbing something like Mount Everest or something. Yeah, I mean, I can never do something like this. But this guy does look pretty nuts climbing those things. But this does look like it could be really intriguing. So maybe I'll give this one to go. All right. Also, out this week, we got another documentary called the Capone Tapes. Using the tapes, animation, and new camera interviews with people who knew him, the film explores the impact of Capone's explosive, unfinished novel, The Answer Prayers. Um, of course, Capote was, has been portrayed by Phil Seymour Hoffman, Toby Jones, but this is pretty much a documentary about Truman Capote. It looks like it could be really interesting, so maybe it could be cool. All right. Also, at this week, we've got the new film Small Engine Repair. The seemingly casual reunion of three old friends at an out of the way repair shop makes a hidden agenda fueled by the arrival of a privileged young yippie. Now, this actually stars John Bertha, Shea Wiggum. You also have Sierra Bravos in this. It looks like it could be really cool. I mean, I like John Bertha, so I'll definitely give this one a watch because he's in it. All right. Now we got a couple of streaming stuff out this week. Coming to Netflix, we got Kate, which by the way, I actually just saw Kate in Deers. I'm probably going to do my review for that pretty soon. Kate is actually premiering on Netflix though as well. So after she's reversely poisoned, a ruthless criminal operative has less than 24 hours to exact revenge on her enemies, and in the process forms an unexpected bond with the daughter of one of her past victims. Now, this stars Mary Elizabeth Winston. You also got Woody Harrelson. Spoiler: I actually thought this movie was pretty fun. It had some really, some intriguing action. Mary Elizabeth Winston, I thought, was so good in this film. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch. I'll get my full review here in a bit, but it's a really decent little action flick. All right. Also, out this week on Apple, we got Come From Away, which is pretty much a film comprising a live stage recording of the 2017 musical of the same name, which tells the story of 7,000 passengers who were stranded after the 9/11 terrorist attack in a small town in Newfoundland, where they were housed and welcomed. The film is produced in response to the shutdown of Broadway caused by the pandemic. And this, I never really seen the Broadway music or anything because Broadway music in New York City is not what you call cheap. But I just saw the previews for this, and the music does look intriguing. Of course, this is another Broadway musical that's pretty much ended up being filmed as a film. Of course, they did. Disney Plus just had Hamilton. Uh, we got the Diana musical as well. So this is another one. I mean, it'll be like I think this is really cool. They should do this more often with more musicals because not everyone could afford to go to Broadway musicals, and there are some musicals people like to see. So they should start doing this with more musicals for now. Like I'll totally love to see maybe I don't know Book of Mormons. There was something like that with Book of Mormons. Maybe I don't know Mean Girls. That would be cool, but that aside, Come From Away does look really intriguing, and it is of course coming out around the 20th anniversary of 9/11. So interesting time, I guess. All right, coming to Amazon, we got the movie The Voyeurs. Instant curiosity turns into full blown obsession when a young Montreal couple spy on their eccentric neighbors across the street. Now, this is pretty much an erotic Hitchcockian film. It stars Sydney Sweeney. You got Justice Smith is in this, Ben Hardy. It definitely looks really intriguing. I mean, it has a bit of a Rare Window vibe to it. So, like, this this does look pretty like it could be really cool. I mean, we have seen other Hitchcockian films years ago. So of course, we just had that Woman in the Window, which kind of sucked, but that said, this does look like it could be really cool, and I like Sidney Sweeney and Justice Smith, so I'll definitely give this one to watch. All right. Also, out this week, we got the movie Catch the Bullet, which sadly is a final film with famed soap actor Jay Pickett, who sadly passed away just recent. It's a powerful western starring Twilight actor Pierre Facinelli, who shows what happens when you push a good man too far. Britt McMaster, played by the late Jay Pickett, is a U.S. Marshal who returns from a mission to find his father, played by Tom Skerritt, wounded, and his son Chad kidnapped by the outlaw Jed Blake. Hot on their trail, Britt forms a pose with a gunsling deputy and a stoic pawnee tracker, but both Jed and Britt tread dangerously close to the Red Desert's southern territory, which poses a menace far greater than either can imagine. It is another western, which nice. It seems like westerns also make a bit of a comeback. Like this year, we have both the Harder They Fall. We also have the Power of the Dog. But this looks like it could be really intriguing. So I'll definitely get someone to watch. I mean, who does not love a good western? So it could be cool, I guess. All right. Also, this week, we got the movie called Dating in New York. After an electric one night stand, two New York millennials draws up a friend with benefits contract to avoid the pitfall of their past relationship. We have seen Friends with Benefit based movies before. We had No Strings Attached, Friends with Benefits. So it looks like this is another Friends with Benefits based film. So could be cool, I guess. All right. Also, this week, we got the movie The Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre, which I kid you not, I literally thought this was a film about Charles Manson tearing down zombies. I just thought this was like a Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter situation, But this is totally different. This does not have Charles Manson or Marilyn Manson for that matter. It's about two worn-out wrestling brothers take apart in a midnight fight on Halloween. However, they don't know that they are trapped in a wrestling arena. Their opponent and audience have been infected with muted variant of rabies. So this is pretty much a wrestling zombie-based film. It could be cool, I don't know, but it does sound a little dumb. So it's pretty much like a B level horror movie, I'm guessing. But anyway, also this week got the movie Language Lessons, which stars Natalie Morris, who also directs the film, as well as Mark Duplass. And here's what it's about: when Adam's husband surprises him with weekly Spanish lessons, he assures about where or how this new element will fit into his already structured life. However, when tragedy strikes, his teacher becomes a lifeline he didn't know he needed. This movie looks like it. It looks like it actually takes place during quarantine, because they're actually like the movie looks like it takes place on webcam and all. So I'm guessing they shot this thing during quarantine. So this is another film that pretty much takes place technically during the lockdown. Of course, we just had Together. Now we got this. So, of course, last year we had that movie Host. I mean, ever since the lockdown ended up happening, they've been doing like movies that took place during it, which I think is interesting. Like they could work out perfectly. Who knows? But this does look really cute. It does look charming. I like Natalie Morris. Like her last movie, Plan B, which was a Hulu film. I don't know, that was a pretty good little flick. So I'm gonna check her out. Check out her next film. All right. Also, this week we got a horror movie called Bad Candy. On Halloween night in New Salem, Massachusetts, disc jockeys Chili Billy and Pa tell a twisted anthology of terrifying local myths that lead to a grim end in a small town for small town residents. Now, this actually stars Zach Galligan, who you might remember as the lead from Gremlins. This does look like an interesting horror anthology film, so I'm intrigued to check this one out. All right. Also on Netflix, we got an anime film called Dragonrider, which features the voices of Thomas Brody Sangster. You also got Freddie Highmore's in this. It's about Fire Drake is a young silver dragon who has had enough of constantly having to hide in a wooded valley. He wants to show the older generations of dragons that he is a real dragon. When humans are about to destroy his family's last refuge, Fire Drake secretly sets off on a journey with Forrest Brown, Sora. He wants to find the rim of heaven of the dragon's mysterious haven. This does have a bit of a How to Train Your Dragon vibe to it, to be honest, yeah. But hey, I do like the voice cast involved. It is a all-British voice cast, so that's pretty cool. I mean, another dragon-based film for Netflix. I mean, they just had Wish Dragon. Now this, okay. It could be interesting. I mean, the animation looks cool. It feels a little bit like a DreamWorks animation property, to be honest. Yeah, but I don't know. Could be interesting, I guess. All right. We also got Blood Brothers, Malcolm X, and Muhammad Ali, which is a documentary about like the friendship between civil rights leader Malcolm X and famed boxer Muhammad Ali. Now we technically saw this in a unfold in a feature, which was of course One Night in Miami, which I thought was pretty good. So yeah, but this looks like an interesting doc. It looks like it's footage of the friendship between both Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. So could be. I mean, imagine they actually do this as an actual feature. I mean, Denzel Washington as returning as Malcolm X with Will Smith as Muhammad Ali. How cool would that be, right there? But anyway, this could definitely be really intriguing. We'll see how it is. But anyway, now a couple of TV. Now we got a couple of TV shows that just premiered this week. On Disney Plus, we got Doogie Kamoa MD, which is of course a TV reboot of Doogie Howser. Now this of course stars Payne Elizabeth Lee, and I actually just saw the first episode, and it's actually really good. It's really cute, charming. Payne Elizabeth Lee, she's really likable as this as this young teenage doctor. I think she was really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking out more episodes. I believe there's only 8 or 10 episodes if I'm not mistaken, so I'm guessing there's 9 more. All right, also out, we got Wu Tang and American Saga Season 2, which of course is the second season about the Wu Tang clan. We got The Circle, the new season of The Circle, which I don't even watch, but that's actually pretty popular for some reason. We got the game show Frogger, which is actually based on an arcade game, and it's hosted by Dan Wayne Shooter. I mean, okay, what's next? A game show based on, I don't know, Monopoly, or what about a game show based on Hungry Hungry Hippos? They're thinking weird stuff for game shows nowadays. All right. Also, out this week on Netflix, we got Lucifer, the final season, which is a pretty cool show. I mean, it's interesting that is actually ending, and it's pretty cool that believe it or not, the last season was supposed to be a 5 season, but they decided to change it. So now, now this upcoming season is the final one. But hey, at least they're actually ending it with a bang, and instead of just like instead of just like canceling it like they did, like Fox did, And last but not least, we got Pokemon Journeys Season 5, which I think quite like Pokemon Journeys. I think this has been really. I mean, obviously, when it comes to Pokemon, I'm more of a old school generation guy, but I'm looking forward to check out the new season. I mean, it's from what I heard, we're supposed to be having Mewtwo this season, so cool, I guess. From what I heard, we're also supposed to be seeing some of Ash's like old companions coming back. Sadly, except for Butterfree and Pidgeot. I mean, I'm hoping we get, man, Justin for Pidgeot, man. We need Pidgeot back. But, seems like Ash just abandoned that thing without no trace. But, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me lead you guys. Which of these films and shows are you interested in? Are you interested in checking out Malignant? Are you interested in The Card Counter? Are you interested in Kate? So drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Simon Sion.